Donald Gibb, our favorite ogre from Revenge of the Nerds, once literally tried to tackle the NFL? I mean, ads, cleats, the whole vibe.
Hey, it's Emma, and I'm in a totally curious mood today. The kind where the pop culture dots start connecting and you're like, wait, how did we not talk about this sooner?
So, let's talk Donald Gibb, the man, the myth, the beer-chugging battle cry. You know him as Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds in the mid-'80s. The big heart bruiser Ray Jackson in Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, the Belgian action star of the 80s and 90s. And Leslie Dr. Death Crunchner on First and 10, HBO's early original sports comedy, back before prestige TV was even a phrase. He started as a serious athlete in college basketball and football, had a short brush with the San Diego Chargers, then an accident rerouted him straight onto a movie set. In 2026, after a long illness, he passed at 71 in Texas. A full life with a cult legacy that still hits. Let me set the scene. College Emma, tragically non-athletic, gets roped into a dorm theater night. The theme, sports heroes. My friend Kelsey, that persuasive roommate everyone fears, goes, "You'll be the linebacker comic relief." And I'm like, honey, my cardio is walking to the bodega. We rehearse 0. Night of the show, I'm in a thrifted varsity jacket, 3 sizes too big, me socks that refuse to cooperate, and I'm supposed to do a celebratory tackle dance. The plan was 2 steps, arm flex, exit. The reality was, I tripped on my own shoelace, body-checked a cardboard goalpost, and sent fake Gatorade confetti into the audience. People cheered like it was the Super Bowl. I was mortified for exactly 3 seconds, then I just leaned in and did the world's worst Heisman pose. It killed. Total vibe. The lesson, sometimes you step out of your comfort zone, faceplant, and that becomes the moment. Which is exactly the Donald Gibb energy. Athlete, detour, camera, boom, new lane, not me but me. Okay, let's unwrap the basics. Donald Richard Gibb was born in New York City in the mid-50s, raised in California, and went to Notre Dame High in Sherman Oaks, a sports-heavy school in the Valley. He went to the University of New Mexico on a basketball scholarship, joined Phi Delta Theta, a social fraternity, then transferred to the University of San Diego for football on scholarship. He briefly played pro for the San Diego Chargers before an automobile accident rerouted him into acting. And he starts the Hollywood climb the old-school way. Uncredited bits in big films like Stripes in 1981, Conan the Barbarian in 1982, and Any Which Way You Can around 1980. Tiny roles, big sets, learning the machine. Then by 1984, Revenge of the Nerds hits, and Ogre becomes that hulking, bellowing Greek life avatar of chaos. The campus comedy world crowned a new king of the beer keg. And the same decade, he lands on First and 10 on HBO, the premium cable giant. He stays for the entire run through the early 90s. That's not a cameo, that's a career foundation. He also pops up in Lost in America in 1985 from Albert Brooks, the razor-smart director and comedian, and even in 10 Seconds Give Made You Look Twice. That's craft. Now the chemistry lesson. Bloodsport in 1988 pairs him with Jean-Claude Van Damme, again the Belgian kicks and splits legend. Gibb plays Ray Jackson, a bruiser with a grin, a bulldozer who somehow feels like your problematic but lovable cousin. The contrast is everything. Van Damme is precision and poetry. Gibb is sledgehammer and heart. Together, it's buddy movie lightning trapped in a sweaty Tumite, which is a full-contact tournament. Critics were snooty at first. Fans turned it into a cable and VHS shrine. And the receipts are real. He comes back for Bloodsport 2 in 1996, even without Van Damme. That means the producers knew the audience wasn't just there for the splits, they were there for Ray Jackson too. He get that momentum everywhere. Guest star City on TV, Magnum, P.I., MacGyver, The X-Files, Cheers, Step by Step, The A-Team, Seinfeld, Where, yes, he had a tiny 1995 cameo that still lives rent-free in my head. He also leaned into voice work for games. Zork, Grand Inquisitor in the late 90s, Mafia 2 around 2010, Rage in 2011. If you ever heard a bouncer in a game who could bench press your Xbox, that was probably him. Also, he sometimes was credited as Don Gibb, which honestly is the same dude, trimmed branding. Big unanswered question time. There's a reported moment during Revenge of the Nerds 2 in 1987 where Gibb objected to a too violent gag for Ogre. The story goes, he said no to threatening someone with a piece of wood because he felt Ogre wouldn't do that, and he didn't want to put that energy into the world. Some summaries skip it, but there was contemporary reporting at the time. My take, yes, quaint to that boundary. When a character starts as a bully, there's a thin line between satire and harm. By pulling Ogre back from random cruelty, he cleared space for the redemption arc where Ogre joins the nerds. That flip is why people still smile when they hear Ogre's name instead of cringing at a one-note monster. That's not just PR, that's tone management, that's stewardship. And bigger picture, actors can and should push back when a bit crosses a line. Even in broad 80s comedies, which, let's be honest, are a buffet of jokes that would not clear in 2024, choosing laughs over needless cruelty is a flex. It doesn't make you soft, it makes the character smarter and more memorable. High-key, that move helped the franchise age less badly than it could have. Now for the lasting relevance. Trader Todd's, a Chicago bar, tapped Gibb to be a spokesman and even launched Ogre Beer, nostalgia branding done right. You show up, drink a cold one tied to a character you loved in the 80s, and suddenly you're 21 again in a Hawaiian shirt. I love this kind of creative tie-in. Give me an Ogre Beer can collab with a modern streetwear brand. Give me a Revenge of the Nerds reboot that plays like a smart satire about campus clout and cancel culture. Cast actual ex-athletes in the jock roles for authenticity. Call me, studios. Final thought. Donald Gibb turned typecasting into a career engine. Biker, bouncer, heavy, sure, but he threaded humor through the menace. Even when he had one line, you remembered him. From uncredited wall of muscle in the early 80s to cult icon status by the late 80s to a steady TV presence into the 2000s to voice work that kept him current, At is a glow-up built on resilience. From Charger hopeful to Hollywood staple because life threw a curve and he swung anyway. Honestly, iconic. Okay, pause, because this next tease is cute. We're staying on the athlete-to-actor train next time. Think Terry Crews, former NFL player turned actor and host. Absolute charisma machine. We are going to dissect the abs, the ads, and the hustle. Okay, we covered a lot today. So that's the tea, folks. Later.